He could have saved ourselves a bit of money by keeping Partey for another year or two and using that extra money to bring in a striker. What do you think about that?
Okay, you see my thing with Partey, right? I'm one of the few people that are kind of like, I don't know. I'm not really fussed about. It's going to sound very controversial because he's had a good season. But I'm like, you've been here for 5 years and you've had one good season. Like this is the first season you've played a full season, and all the other. I remember, shout out James. James did a tactical insight one time about it, and I think James said Thomas Partey's never played more than half of a Premier League season. And I was like, oh my god, this is someone who's on record as unreliable, and as well, he's getting older. He's not getting any younger. He's like 30. He's like 30 or 31 now. I think if we're gonna get him a contract, it should be right. We need a backup 6 because we're gonna lose Jorginho on a free, who's apparently already signed a pre-contract with a Brazilian club, so he's pretty much gone. But I think next season we're not gonna see Partey start. If he's on the bench, then okay. But I don't know. Like it really depends on the nature of the contract, how much he's going to be earning, because I really look at it like we as Arsenal fans, when we first signed him, were happy because we hadn't had a 6 in a long time. And it's something that in about 10 years time, if you ask me about him, I'll look back at it and probably say to you, oh, he was always injured.
Whereas Thomas Partey, from the get-go, ever present, surprisingly, considering last season where he only managed 9 starts. And he's just kicked on from there, been ever present, whether played centre mid or right back. He's just getting through what he needs to get through. And here we are at the well into the business end of the season, and his contract is still up in the air. And I say up in the air, I think the club probably saw it as his last year. Considering the availability issues, I think the club probably saw it as his last year. But performances don't lie. And this is still the Premier League. As much as people want to say, it's a poor season overall, the Premier League hasn't been great. We have still churned out, what we've churned out, with Thomas Partey being the best midfielder we've had ever present all season. So yeah, probably keep on going around the same things, but it's more about what we think about the contract. It seems like we offered a 1-year extension recently that Partey doesn't seem to be interested in. He wants a bit more assurance, more security, which is understandable.